What everyone feared would happen did indeed come to pass. The recent heavy snowfall thawed overnight and turned the ground on the battlefield into a swamp. The pathways to the front became an almost impassable morass. Our infantry had outpaced our own artillery, which now couldn't move up fast enough. Our exhausted soldiers are now being subjected to ferocious French artillery fire, with no means to respond. Command is scrambling to alleviate the situation by reducing the effectiveness of the French artillery fire. That is why we were sent so far through enemy territory to destroy that observation balloon. I'm glad that Preuss's shoot-down of the balloon was confirmed, but I also noticed the stiff formality with which von Seebaritov congratulated him for his victory. I couldn't see it from where I was standing, but Preuss later told me that he seemed to be so full of indignation and hurt pride that his eyelid was twitching while he shook his hand with a grip as if he would like to crush it. No doubt, this is because Sebaritov's shoot-down of a balloon just a few days earlier had not been confirmed. I told Preuss to be careful. Men such as Sebaritov can have a very nasty streak when their ego is hurt. And he is our superior officer, and as such, in a position where he has power over us. Preuss suffered a minor misfortune that didn't allow him to accompany us on our next mission. More snow had fallen on the last day of February, and the French used the therefore relatively bright ground at night to fly to our airfield and drop bombs on it. Some shrapnel from one of the bombs scythed through the fabric of his Fokker, which therefore had to spend more time in the workshop. By the 2nd of March, the snow had once again thawed and added to the misery of our ground troops. We were ordered to escort an Aviatik two-seater carrying bombs to a French army camp near Verdun. Once again, we were subjected to a great deal of flak, but the Aviatik managed to successfully drop its bombs. In the distance, we briefly spotted a trio of French Nieuports, but they stayed well clear of our formation. Here, near Verdun, we are maintaining aerial superiority, but there are concerning news from other parts of the front, where our dominance is slipping. The new French and British planes are appearing in ever greater numbers, and our Fokkers, which are based on the same design that is in service since the last summer, are inferior to those new planes. There are rumors, though, that soon a new type of Fokker will become available, and we are all anxious to see it in service. On the 3rd of March, we could not fly due to more bad winter weather. By the time it cleared up on the 4th, the dense clouds had blanketed the area in a new layer of snow. We were ordered on a defensive patrol of the front lines on the west bank of the Mius River. For some reason, Command insists that French observation planes be kept away from that area. I think we will go on the offensive there, as the advance on the eastern bank has stalled. We did not encounter any French planes, but during the night, the French bombers once again used the snow cover to navigate and dropped bombs on our airfields and train yards in the area. They repeated this during the next night too. This is where Sebaritov saw a chance to make life truly miserable, or even deadly, for Preuss and myself. He is resolved to do something against these nightly incursions, and if the French can use the snow-covered ground to navigate, then so can we. Preuss and myself are ordered to take off just after sunset. We will fly to the front line and patrol, looking for French two-seaters coming over to drop bombs. Usually, Sebaritov would not miss a chance to go after such inviting targets himself, to further increase his score. But according to him, he has to attend a meeting with his superior officers and will be absent. That he is not going up with us tells me all I need to know about how foolish and dangerous this endeavor will be. Hello there, and welcome to a new episode of our amazing Wings Over Flanders Fields campaign, where we are playing as the German pilot Felix von Berg, flying this lovely VKI-2 for Kampfeinsitzerkommando Jamet near Verdun. Today is the 5th of March 1916. Oh, this is interesting. It looks like we'll be flying a very late patrol in the evening. Some bad weather has apparently prevented any earlier flights today, and it is now just moving away. And we are going up to see if we can find some foolish enemies. There will be the two of us. Lieutenant Hugo Preuss will lead, I will follow. And well, this is going to be interesting. It might be a dark video today, if anything happens, because, well, you have actually missed two missions. Let me show you. So, on the 2nd of March, we actually had a pretty interesting mission in its setup. So we were ordered to escort a two-seater, an Aviatik, that was armed with bombs. The Aviatik flew all the way to Verdun and dropped its bombs on a French army camp near the city. We escorted it all the way to there, and then we escorted it all the way back. We got shot at a lot by anti-aircraft fire. And briefly, we spotted a trio of French Nieuports in the far distance, but they stayed clear of us. They didn't want anything to do with our squadron, which was out in full force. So, apart from all the anti-aircraft fire and that brief sighting, the mission was completely eventless. Nothing really happened. And so I did not make an episode with that. On the 4th of March, we were ordered on a defensive frontline patrol. And, well, nothing happened. We didn't encounter any enemies, nobody was shooting at us. The only interesting thing about that mission was that on the 3rd and 4th of March a snowstorm moved through and dumped a whole bunch of snow on the area, blanketing everything in pristine white, which looked quite nice. And now I guess we'll see if any enemies are trying to go... Maybe we will be looking for enemy bombers trying to bomb our airfields late in the evening or early in the night. This could be interesting. Let's go to the briefing. Briefing from the Commandant. Meine Herren, our mission is patrol enemy front lines. Patrol enemy lines, be on the lookout for enemy aircraft and ground fire. Our destination is the enemy's front sector of the French 72nd Division, 14 miles away. They recommend that we fly at an altitude of 1,800 meters. We will patrol the area for 25 minutes, and our patrol distance along the front sector is 8 miles. Good luck. Oh yeah, look at that. This could indeed be interesting. So we'll take off from Jamet, fly to our circle up waypoint. I'm going to move that a little bit up there, and I'm going to move the waypoint 1 a little bit south, like this. This looks better. We'll circle up, fly to waypoint 1, then we'll fly south until we reach the positions of the French 72nd Division, and then we'll simply fly along the front lines for 25 minutes. And I guess that by the time we return back to Jamet, it will be nighttime. So I am looking forward to this mission. It could indeed be interesting. Let's have a quick look at the weather. Overcast, broken or partial cloud cover and snow in places. Wind 16 knots, moderate breeze from the west. Let's go to the field then. Okay, another little update in the weather report. Precipitation and heavy cloud cover, light snowfalls, heavy snow cover, poor weather system is moving away to the east. Meine Herren, seien Sie wachsam und halten Sie stets Ausschau nach dem Feind. Meaning, gentlemen, be vigilant and always look out for the enemy. Expected wind 16 knots, moderate breeze from the west. Let's go. Welcome to the field. So apparently sunset is earlier than I feared. Let's turn on our engine. It looks like we are flying a nighttime mission. which is actually not as crazy as it sounds, and not as unusual as it sounds. Because yes, sometimes people went on night missions, especially the Entente forces, who like to bomb German positions at night. And I guess it is our job today to try to prevent something like that. This is interesting. Now, this would be much more crazy if it wasn't for the snow cover. The snow cover actually makes this feasible. There's a lot of, ambient light. And if we should encounter enemy aircraft, they will be very visible against the white ground if we attack them from above. So I'm just going to roll with it. I might have to brighten up the video for you, but I'll just try to roll with this mission. I'll play the card that has been dealt and see if this will be as exciting as I think it might be. There's our airfield back there, nicely illuminated for us to take off and find it again in the darkness. But also they should be a little bit careful. Enemies might see it too. The wind is a little bit on the strongish side when it comes to gusts. But the skies are very clear. Okay, I see clouds actually over there in the east. Big towering clouds. But apart from that, over there in that direction I can see stars. The sky is very clear. It's very nice. Single searchlight over there in the distance blazing into the sky. This is looking very pretty. And we don't get to see this every day. So yeah, I'm just going to go with it. And we'll see if we encounter anything. Not quite sure how we will spot anything, but we'll worry about that later. For now, let's fly the mission. I will fly to the circle up waypoint, then to waypoint 1, then we'll turn south towards the front lines, and I'll guess I'll bring you back. We'll resume this episode once we are at the front lines. See you soon. Welcome back. We have arrived on the front line and have now turned towards the east. Ahead of us we can see some searchlights blazing, one on the French side, one on the German side. So I guess that one on the French side will soon look for us. I expect some anti-aircraft fire to reach us up here, but I also expect it to be extremely inaccurate. So, nothing to really worry about. I just do hope that this is not a completely futile effort and that we actually manage to find maybe an enemy two-seater. That would be lovely. That would make this whole exercise worth it. Get the French searchlight turned off. Okay. We will stay alert. For now, we'll continue along the front line and see if anything wants to play. The searchlight just turned back on. We'll see. Let's continue for now. Welcome back. Something might be happening. Boys just made a sharp turn. At the same time, the last of the twilight has vanished and it has become darker. And I can't see anything. Okay, he's diving onto something. I'll follow. I'll try to follow, I mean. And I'll try not to lose sight of him. Although it's difficult. Shots fired at something. I don't see it. There. Quadrant, two-seater. God damn it, we are doing this. It's on fire. He lit it on fire. There's a second one. Can't see my own sights properly. Whoa. Somebody's taking a shot at me. That's okay though. Is there another one? Where'd he go? I hear him that way. Now this way. Goddamn, I didn't think I'll be fighting by sound today. There. No idea where Preuss is currently. As I explained, I can't see my sights well. Who am I kidding? I can't see my sights at all. So we'll just throw some shots downrange. Quadrant is returning fire. Well, Preuss has killed one. If I'm lucky, I might as well. Okay, we are not playing that game. Dip down. Lay into him. I have a jam, I think. Still jammed. Lost it. Still jammed. Still jammed. Okay, cleared the jam. Lost the two-seater. That is crazy. Where'd it go? There. There you are. Where did Preuss go? Where am I? How deep in enemy territory am I? I'm not quite sure. I'll take another pass at this quadrant and then I'm getting out of here. It's right in front of me. As I said, I'll try to increase the brightness on the video. So you should be able to see this thing and maybe even my gun sight. In that case, you can see more than I do. Ah, shit, I need to dip down. Yeah. Yep. Okay, my plane did not like that, I think. Let's fly away. I think I'm in enemy territory and I don't want to be here. What an engagement that was. I am flying north. Okay. I'm flying north. Oh my god. I'm flying north and my plane is a little bit torn up. I can see bullet holes behind me there. And also, I have a feeling that it's a little bit sluggish. So maybe we have some torn canvas somewhere. I'm getting out of here. And as I said, I think I'm in enemy territory. So I think it's safe to say that Preuss got one. I saw that first squadron burn. But I didn't get to shoot down mine, I think. Now I need to get out of here. I didn't have this planned for today. Hunting enemy two-seaters in the dark. And now I need to find Yamets. Well, thankfully we have the river. So I will follow the river to the north. And Yamets should be well illuminated as I'm getting near it. That should help. I just hope my engine isn't damaged, because if I have to emergency land in the darkness down there, things are gonna get very ugly. Can I read my instruments? Am I losing revs? I might be. That's possible. Well, if my engine's damaged, then things are getting suddenly much more interesting. I have to make sure that I'm following the river. Sivry should be somewhere in front of me, I think. There's that bend in the river over there, which is pretty much where Sivry airfield is. So I have to fly that way. And if I'm indeed losing engine power, then I have to hope that I'll at least make it to Sivry. We'll see. Yeah, there was still a bit of ambient light, just basically twilight. There was still twilight when we took off, but that has completely vanished. The horizon is now completely dark back there. And so the amount of ambient light is much reduced. We are flying in darkness. If it wasn't for the snow on the ground, this would be utterly impossible. But due to the snow on the ground, I can navigate. And as long as you can navigate, you can fly. Just, you know, attacking a target is a bit difficult when you can't see your sights. I still think I got a bunch of hits into that quadron. I wouldn't be surprised if he has a mishap while trying to land. But I won't know that. I will not know that. We are now flying north. The bend in the river is in front of me. You can see it over there. And Sivry should be just to the north of that bend. And from Sivry we should be able to find Yamets by just flying northeast. I can still read the compass. There's enough ambient light to do that. Which is very fortunate. Oh boy. Okay. I'm not going to bore you with a completely black screen, basically, apart from a few fires burning on the front lines and those searchlights blazing into the sky. I'll cut the video here and we'll resume this once I'm well, either once something happens or once I find Yamets. Welcome back. It's still dark, but I think I have Yamets in sight. That's the airfield right there. They illuminated it for us, expecting our return. I wonder if Preuss is already back. Or if he's still on his way. I also discovered a few more holes. My right wing has been hit a few times. I see at least 3 bullet holes in it. I guess there will be more somewhere else. My engine is holding. Doesn't seem to be damaged after all. I just have to bring the plane down now. Okay, fires are being illuminated to mark the field for me. Nice. That's very nice of them. We are descending. The searchlight on the front line seems to be tracking something because it's no longer pointing upwards. Well, no longer my problem. Let me slow down a bit in my descent. I don't know if there may be more damage than is currently apparent to me. So I don't want to put too much stress on the machine by speeding. Okay. Oh, the snow is reflecting the light quite nicely. Windsock. I can see it. So I'm going to come in like this. Okay. Watch out for the trees. Get a little bit of distance. Then we are gonna come in. Looking good. Slowing down. And this will be a tricky landing. I have to watch out for the trees in front of me here. But it's okay. There is indeed enough ambient light. Let's just hope I don't take out the windsock. No idea where that is currently. Okay, flare out. And oh, that's buttery smooth. Ah, hell yeah. And let's shut off. Oh my god. What a mission. What an incredible mission. Let's take a close look at our aircraft. Yeah, holes in my right wing. At least 3. Hole in the tail. More holes in the tail on the side. Looks like my tail got shot up a little bit. And my left wing. No idea if that's everything, it's too dark to tell. Well, let's go to the debrief. Wow, absolutely did not expect a mission where we are flying at night, but there we are. I hope Preuss made it back. Total flying time was 56 minutes. I fired 176 rounds, of which 21 hit. Okay, we must continue to maximize our efforts with the machines we have. Get ready for your next sortie. You landed at a friendly field. Your aircraft was moderately damaged and it is estimated that it will take 1 day to repair. Work will commence immediately on this machine. Our air filter sustained damage from enemy bombers. Yeah. 1 machine landed safely. Oh, okay. No worries. Preuss landed at Civry. Preuss did not claim the Caudron. Really? He should. I'm not going to claim it. I didn't shoot at the first one. He shot it and it caught on fire. Did they manage to extinguish that fire? I'm not sure. In any case, his aircraft was damaged as well. His will take 2 days to repair. So, significant damage, I guess. We both fired a lot of rounds. He was more accurate than I was. Really not difficult, considering the circumstances. I did not see any enemy aircraft go down apart from maybe that burning Caudron. But that's his to claim, so I'm not going to touch that one. Let's it done. Chief Mechanic reports the machine status as follows. Lieutenant Hugo Preuss's Fokker E3 has been lightly damaged. Work will commence immediately on this machine. And another day in the air war. It is now the 8th of March 1916. A repaired machine is ready for use. It is in the reserve pool. The Battle of Verdun is still raging on in the Verdun region. It is approximately 23 miles away. Fortunately, we are not in direct line of fire. Be extremely careful out there, and if hit, always strive to get back over friendly lines before trying to find a suitable landing spot. It is currently quite dangerous out there, and losses have been high. The air war has been dubbed the Fokker Scourge. Viel Glück. Oh boy. Let's see. Preuss's Fokker is still being repaired, so mine is done already. His is still out of action. Let's take a look at what exactly happened in this crazy mission. All air units, please. We are taking off. Flying to our circle up waypoint. Some Newport 12s are taking off down here. Newport 12s, those are two-seaters. I think. Yeah, I think so. A Newport 11 is taking hits somewhere. An Aviatik is taking off. And then 2 Newports collide in the darkness. Well, there you go. An Aviatik is taking off. Yeah. And Newport is getting shot to bits on the front lines here, trying to fly back home. And shot down. 1 Newport 11 less. Awesome. Caudrons are taking off from Lem. Not sure if those are the same ones that we will encounter later. Another Newport is flying low over the front lines. And the riflemen in the trenches have a blast, shooting that thing up. And another one down. Wow. So that's 4 Newports down in this area. Awesome. Okay, we are flying south. We are turning this way and back that way. And then there we go. This is where the engagement happens. Let me zoom in a little bit. So we're flying there, and there. Right above the river. A Caudron takes hits from a Fokker E3, so from Preuss. Takes more hits. The E3 takes hits from the Caudron in return. The Caudrons manage to shoot each other. What? No. Wait, no. The Caudron shot itself. It's the same ID. Okay. Did the Caudron take itself out? Takes more hits from Preuss. I start to hit something. I take hits in return. Once again, a Caudron manages to shoot itself. This is awesome. Oh boy. I take hits. So basically, as it is shooting at me, it looks like the gunner managed to put some rounds into his own aircraft, probably into his tail. My rounds hit the cadron. Yeah, again. I take more hits. More hits. Now I hit it in return. I take hits. I took a lot of hits apparently. But I also delivered quite a few hits in return. A cadron went down by itself. Oh boy. Wait, is it the one that I was shooting at? No, it's the other one. So I guess that is why Preuss didn't claim it. I mean, okay, this is game mechanics coming into play. So Preuss probably didn't claim it because the cadron actually shot itself down. The gunner shot himself down in the darkness. This is amazing. I feel like at this point I should really show you how awkward the cadron's gunner's position actually is. This whole aircraft is a little bit awkward. I mean, look at this. This is the pilot's perspective. I'm sitting in here and there are my instruments. And then engine 1 and 2. And in front of me, the observer. Now behave, engine. In front of me, the observer. Let's take a look at this thing from outside. Because, well, we usually don't see it from this perspective. So there you have the pilot in the back. And then in the front is the observer's position. And if I now switch over to the observer, this is his standard position basically. So he has one machine gun pointing to the front, and that actually has relatively nice fields of fire. Although, you know, sitting here in between these spinning blades of death, yeah, I wouldn't feel comfortable, but it works. So this is the forward gun. But then we come to the let me show you. There's the second machine gun here, facing towards the rear, over the pilot's head. And this is that position. And you can immediately see, well, it's awkward. It's very awkward. Towards the upper quadrant here, to the rear, it's pretty good actually. But if somebody manages to get below the tail, or even behind the tail, you really run the risk of just shooting your own tail off. So, I just wanted to mention that real quick before we give the poor cadron crew too much bad reputation in the comments. This aircraft certainly isn't an easy one to operate. No, it certainly is not. I take more hits, and yeah, we went into enemy territory here. Take more hits, jeez. Newport 12 is landing somewhere. I fly back, I fly past Sivry, where Preuss is landing. And from Sivry I start to make my way over to Yametz. And there I am. What a mission! What an incredible mission this was. What a night! I mean, is it worth it? Yes and no. I mean, the end result is that both of our machines got damaged and were out of action for 1 or 2 days. On the other hand, we probably seriously damaged one cadron and one other was brought down by itself. I love this. I love it. In the darkness, the gunner was probably so confused he managed to shoot his own tail. But you know what? Fair's fair. This quadron was on fire. I saw the flames. So maybe it was maybe unstable, going out of control, something like that, and so that's why the gunner managed to put a few shots into his own plane and then got credited for shooting down his own plane. Otherwise, I think Preuss would have claimed this thing and would have been awarded the victory. Yeah. Let's go back. Wow. I mean, that was something. This is a very special episode. I doubt we'll see anything like this anytime again soon. Where's the newspaper button? Let me just jump back real quick to the main menu and back into the campaign, so that we can take a look at that. Because there were some news reports. There we go. Okay. Let's see. I have read this one to you. So let's go over to this one on the 3rd of March. Ypres, the Bluff recaptured. A British attack to recapture the critical high point known as the Bluff achieved complete surprise yesterday. The Bluff was captured, as well as new territory beyond. An interesting tactic was tried by the British artillery, which fired a 60-pounder battery salvo on the Bluff, with a second salvo after 2 minutes. They continued to fire this exact 2-round pattern at random intervals all throughout the day before the attack. When the same battery fired a salvo at the commencement of the attack, the British infantry advanced and found the enemy garrison sheltering in dugouts, waiting for the second salvo. Awesome. I mean, not awesome for us, but awesome what they did there. 4th of March. German air dominance slipping. The French introduction of the Nieuport 11 BB, with its forward-firing machine gun and nimble handling, and the British deployment of the FE-2B and the de Havilland DH-2 machines are beginning to affect the air battle. These new aircraft are equal to, or better than the Fokker Eindecker, and the balance of air superiority appears to be tipping in favor of the Entente. The Germans have shown no signs of deploying a replacement for the Eindecker, a worrying state of affairs for German pilots, who must take to the air in the same aircraft design they were flying last summer. So that's how outdated our Fokkers are by this point. But on the 5th of March, Fokker E4 to debut, twin gun rig. As the Entente moves to counter the Fokker scourge with improved aircraft, the Germans are themselves introducing a new machine that is intended to keep them a step ahead in the air battle. It is rumored that the new Fokker E4, mounting the destructive power of 2 Spandau machine guns, is being delivered to the front and will be in the hands of some select German flyers within a week or two, with more on the way. The machine is reported to be very fast, powered by a 119 kW or 160 horsepower Oberursel U3 2-row 14-cylinder rotary engine. Unfortunately, the old E3 airframe remains, albeit lengthened, and is rumored to be overtaxed by the large engine. As such, the aircraft is apparently a slow turner. And then on the 6th of March, German Verdun assault renewed. Today the German 5th Army launched a new attack at Verdun after receiving fresh artillery supplies. The Germans advanced 3 kilometers before being stopped in front of the area around Mort-Homme Hill. And that's that. Those were the news reports. Once again, what an incredible episode. What an incredible mission. Absolutely special. I doubt that we'll see something like this anytime soon, and quite honestly, I don't want to. I decided that I'd rather fly in daytime. That was dark. Really dark. I mean, if it's so dark that you can't really see your gun sight, you know it's dark. Oh boy. Well, in any case, I hope I can tune this enough for you to be able to see anything in editing. And I hope you enjoyed this special episode, and I hope you're looking forward to more. Until then, have some really great days and goodbye.